Welcome guys to the second part of support and resistance. In this video I will dive more deeply into this topic and I will show more details that you should know when working with support and resistances. So the first thing that I wanted to cover is that supports and resistances always turn to each other after breaking. For example, we can see here that in the 50-minute time frame, we had a support area here, and after it broke, we can see that it turned into a resistance and market got rejected from it 3 times. In the opposing instance, we can see that we have a resistance area here, and after the market broke it and closed above it, we can see that it turned into a support area and got supported 2 times in here. We have another example here. Market had a support area here and tried to hold it, but they failed and market closed below it and price dumped. And after quite some time, we can see that this area is a resistance now and market have to put a lot of money and volume to break it. Another concept that you should be aware of is pullback. Pullbacks occur when a support or a resistance area breaks. For example, here we had this support area, and after this big red candle that broke this area, market again tried to come back to the support but failed to take back the support area and it dumped more. You can take advantage of this by entering your position after the pullback, so the market only dumps or pumps after your entry. With pullbacks, you can have much better and safer entries. As you can see here, we had a resistance area over here and we closed the candle above it, actually 3 candles above it, and we made a pullback to it. This was a great place to enter trade, and I can show you exactly how. For example, you could enter your trade here and made your stop loss here, and you would get a risk to ratio of 3. Or the opposite way, we see that here we had a support area and we closed above it, and with these 2 green candles we made a pullback to it and then we dumped. Here you could also enter a short trade with a stop loss on top of this candle and you would get a risk ratio of 2. We have another instance here. We had this resistance area that price touched 2 times and it got rejected 2 times, and after the third touch we see that it broke it and closed above it with this huge candle, and it made a pullback to it and then it pumped. We could enter our trade around here and put our stop loss over here and we would get a risk ratio of 2. The last thing I want to cover in this video is that with each clean touch, supports and resistances often become a bit weaker and the probability of them breaking is higher. But you should pay attention that this does not always imply. For example, here the market touched this resistance area 3 times and the 4th time it broke it. But we see that it actually got touched 4 times here, but it didn't break it. So this does not always imply. This is it for today's video. I hope you got a basic understanding of supports and resistances in these 2 parts. If you have any questions about supports and resistances, definitely make sure to ask me in the comments, and I'll see you in the future episodes.